When you can actually see your profit for the year in dollars and cents, it gets you more in the notion of selling corn, knowing that I can lock in a $50,000 profit or whatever the profit is. You want to lock it in. If I know I can make that much profit in a year, I will be in business next year.
Good afternoon, welcome to GrainTV. My name is Cody Bills, this is Logan Burgess. Today is August 30th, Friday for the weekly wrap-up. Let's turn right over to the Fire Tip trading platform and see where we close off the week. Corn for December trading up a half penny. We had soybeans for November trading down 11 cents. Wheat Chicago down 1/4 cent. And Kansas City wheat trading up 1/4 cent. Logan, earlier on in the week we did have a bit of a rally, but it kind of tapered off toward the end of the week and kind of a light trade going into the weekend here. What can we expect going into this long weekend?
Yeah, I think if we look at the trade that we saw today in corn and wheat in particular, those are extremely light. Really not a lot to talk about. Kind of the big story remains new crop soybeans here and kind of where this market's headed. As you said, we did see a lot of strength earlier in the week, and we did kind of taper off here coming into today's action. That certainly continued throughout the trade today, closing down 11 cents. And really, fundamentally, there wasn't any new information out in the market today. I just think that, we had a pretty overbought soybean market here leading into Friday, and there's not a lot of incentives right now, I think, for new longs to enter this market. We're entering a 3-day weekend here where there's a lot riding on the weather outlook, and certainly if we take a look here at a map provided by Planalytics, you can see that in general, Sunday into Monday, expectations are for some pretty good precipitation to hit that part of the Corn Belt circled in red here that really needs it right now. Certainly, I think that would weigh on soybean futures in particular. It's getting a little bit late for corn, but I think that a lot of people are looking at the outlook, seeing that there is some possibility of some beneficial rains coming in. That might help out this soybean crop, and I think we saw it sell off today accordingly. We're going to have to see kind of what actually falls over the weekend here, and then obviously Monday night could be an interesting trade.
Absolutely, and I think that Monday night you could get a little bit of volatility in here. Say you get a little bit more rain, you could have the market start really coming off.
Right.
If you get less rain than anticipated, then of course we could get a little bit more of a rally here. So there is some volatility, and I think that really leads to a good point, Logan, that you were talking about earlier, is that producers out there, if you want to see the market trade live, go ahead and take a demo of the Fire Tip trading platform. You can do that at grainhedge.com. There's just a little ticket there. Put your name, put your email address, take a demo. You can actually watch the market trade live from your office. Let's actually turn our attention over to the cash market here, because we saw a lot of volatility in the cash market this week, particularly in soybeans. We saw on average soybean basis across the U.S. dropped 30 cents. For corn, it was down 4 3/4 cents. And I think one of the major reasons why this occurred is really the roll. We saw a lot of traders moving from hedging and bidding off of that September contract, rolling over into the December contract. And that spread right there was about a minus 13 cents for corn. It was minus 67 cents for soybeans. And so that really starts to weaken the basis that we saw here this week. The other major factor on why basis went a little bit lower here this week is really because of barge rates. Barge rates increased, and sharply, between St. Louis and the Gulf. That sharp increases puts a lot of pressure on the basis along the river, and that's another reason I think why we did see the average U.S. basis start to drop. All in all, I think we got to keep in mind that maybe for the next couple weeks we might firm up now that this roll is behind us, but we got to keep in mind that we're in harvest now. We see harvest ramping up in the southern part of the U.S., and this is going to continue to put pressure on basis throughout the country, particularly those barge rates, but then really as harvest and as grain flows into the elevators and grain buying facilities throughout the north, that'll definitely put pressure on basis.
Absolutely. Well, if you want help kind of keeping an eye on your local cash market, you can give us a call here at GrainHedge. Our number is 877-472-4607. Just for a reminder here, markets will be closed on Monday. The action will resume 7 o'clock Monday night for trade date Tuesday. And so if you guys do want to access the markets, as Cody said, visit us over at grainhedge.com and take a demo. In general, though, that's kind of what we saw here for the week in the grain complex. Thanks a lot for joining us. Have a great holiday weekend. We'll see you back here on Tuesday.